Yeah, look, I think when I first originally put the call out, to see who would be interested in coming, I knew there are a few that had been before, that the place really grabbed them, and that the people grab you, and the I guess the poverty grabs you as well, and the ability to do something. The project started because a group of us sort of thought, well, we see something that's wrong, or something that we could maybe do something about, and so what are we going to do about it? And after doing a little bit of research, we found these filters, and the incredible thing about the filters is that they're relatively cheap and they don't break. They're they're incredible technology. So we thought they'd be the perfect mix to bring over here and start, doing something about the water quality. Okay, my name is Dave Fraser, and I work for the Solution Network Australia. The journey for me, as the leader of the trip, was pretty stressful. I've travelled with groups, or helped take groups over that are a lot smaller, and but bringing 14 people with what I knew about all the transport, I was pretty worried. But yeah, once we started flying over the Philippines and seeing the country again, and seeing all the little villages, from the air, and it just was so exciting, and I felt really excited for the whole crew that was with us as well, because I knew how much of an experience it was going to be for everybody. And there were a few customs officers around, and they were pulling apart the filters and having a look at them, but I was just really honest with them and told them what we're doing with the filters. And when I was walking back, the customs officer, looked at me and said, "Thank you for helping my people," And I think that was part of what was, once they understood what the filters were being used for, they were very, very excited that someone was coming over to help them.
Sounded like fun, like a
tropical island.
Yeah, it's not many
Good surf.
tourists and good surf and
Just new cultures and stuff.
I like to just help people. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but that's something that I think that I'm good at, just helping out. And then you met all the kids and that, and you just wanted to come back to see the kids again, and give them fresh drinking water so that they're not sick, they're healthy.
Took 48 hours from Brisbane, but all enjoyable.
Once we started leaving the cities and it started getting a lot more, village-like, it's very exciting. It was really exciting for the team. There are so many local people there, and they all want to know where you're from and what you're doing, and getting to start tasting, that real Filipino culture.
I think it's the most friendliest culture I have ever seen. They are so welcoming and happy and smiling, and nothing's ever too hard.
they're very welcoming and friendly and
They always want to talk to you and hang out. and
Very
play,
social.
Meet you. Yeah, they're very friendly.
pretty cheeky as well.
We all had a great time getting to know each other just in those initial stages and having fun. And I think as well, knowing too that when everyone arrived and finally we'd been here on the journey, 48 hours of travel it's pretty tolling. And to finally get here in this little part of the world, in this little paradise, and here in the ocean, just relaxing.
Yeah, it's tropical paradise really. You can't get much better than living on a property. You can't really see any other houses in sight. There's a couple of local villages where the kids come and visit regularly. You've got the beach just right outside your doorstep, and it's just a wonderful place to be.
The village has been awesome. It's been really good. It's been such an amazing experience to be completely engrossed in a culture.
I love this island. I love the people. I really enjoy it. And so it was just a great experience.
The village here is really nice. I love it. Hey, it's just so open, and we're right on the beach, and just the people are really friendly. And
I'm quite amazed at just how much they want to give to us as a team and to me individually.
And they just have the most beautiful spirit and the most beautiful heart.
They're always smiling. They always invite you in for something to eat or something to drink, and they always come up and put their arm around you and smile and talk, so they're really friendly people.
I just love seeing you, and they'll always say hello to you and just really seem to enjoy having you around.
Their hospitality is second to none. I've done a bit of travel, and I was definitely looking forward to coming back to this place. And even though there's a language barrier at times, that doesn't seem to stop you having a lot of fun with the local kids especially.
What am I doing here in the Philippines? Originally, what really drew us here, was that the call of surf. A lot of us are surfers, people that love the ocean.
Oh, I love the lifestyle here, nice people, and the good waves.
And we heard that there's good surf, and we thought, let's come over and check it out. That's what we did last year, but while we were over here we found out that the water quality is just terrible, and the people around here, they've got no choice but to drink dirty water. Dirt and E. coli bacteria, amoeba and different contaminants in the water, but they also have a parasite that's from a snail that's in that area, and so you could drink the water, you could even touch the water and end up getting riddled with parasites.
My name is Jun. Most people call me Jun. Most of the people here, they just live through coconut, and farm and fishing. But these villages, they have water, they have access, they have source of water, but their water is pretty dirty.
Yeah, it's really a Russian roulette for pretty well everyone to drink the local water here, whether they live or die. The government over here provide basically no support. So our vision is provide as many people as we can with clean water, at least 2 litres a day, and then build on that by providing more infrastructure to their communities. Let them take the lead and then develop that, and then they can set it up as a sustainable project for themselves. Well, the project's really being run as a partnership. Sky Juice Foundation, who we partner with the filters. So it really is a collaborative project, It's not just about one organisation, it's about all of us working together to do something very positive. We've got some corporate sponsors and people that help out with that. So there's actually 3 local Filipinos. Jun, who really felt impacted in himself as a Filipino, knowing how his people live in this part of the world, and wanted to come over and help, and so he actually moved away from his family originally, moved all the way over here, and Jun now runs the project.
I see a lot of changes, especially with their skins, when we giving out water every day. Before, there's a lot of rashes or lots of you know, their skin is not really good, and they get some stomachs always get pain, you know.
And he has two faithful offsiders. One is Bung, and Bung is here with his family as well. And then Jason, who is also a friend of theirs.
They're really good guys and really honourable, you know, and to see what they're going through here, you know, a lot of the time they don't have funding, but their dedication to this place is really inspirational for me especially. So
the day-to-day duties really start. In some places they have to travel maybe 2 hours to get to where they're filtering the water because the road is very rough.
The schedule is once a week for the local, in the village, and what I saw now is that when we give water and they drink every day, drink purified water, filterized water, so there's really a lot of changes speaking about their health.
They head off up into the communities and set the filters up there. Usually by the time they arrive, there's already a big long line, you know, of bottles and containers ready to be filled up. And they spend the whole day with the local people.
They're very grateful actually. Their expression of gratefulness is just giving some root fruits, or give us some donations, little donations, or feed us during lunchtime. And many people say thank you so much for this project, or for this Living Water project.
That's basically every day for 6 days a week. They're out in the communities 8 to 10 hours a day, filtering water, meeting with the locals, checking up on how everyone is. There's 9 main villages that we've got going at the moment. More than 22,000 people that we're reaching through this water project.
They're places that you know, they don't get a lot of outside visitors, especially, you know, not from Australia. So yeah, there's a lot of excitement, you know, when we arrive in a village, and especially having the Living Water project introduced into a lot of those villages. Yeah, they're very thankful for having the fresh water through the filters, and yeah, we were able to sort of connect with them on other levels, playing basketball with them.
The Byland experience, I think for me and for the rest of the team, was probably the most profound. You could tell that this is a very, very poor community.
The income rests mainly just on their coconut farming, and it's a very poor village.
There was emotional times especially seeing those children that weren't fed and the sores on them, and
by the time we started filtering the water and everyone coming out and we started talking to locals and getting their stories, it just became very evident, you know, about how extreme the environment is there.
See them run out with their bottles, like they're all hungry for clean water. So it's doing a lot of good.
The water quality there was shocking, almost a dark tea brown, and you can see the granules in the water. But the filters are incredible. Once the water goes through the filter, it's like any tap water you could find in Australia, perfectly clean. And so that's why the locals will come out and spread their water bottles out for hundreds of metres to get filled up, because they can see how much it changes the water. They know that it's good for them.
You know you're making a difference in their lives. You know that, like, you hear stories about how they've been healthy for 3 months because they've been drinking fresh water.
And you know, then we started seeing the children. You know, it was covered in sores.
The skin disease, deformity is more obvious there. The poverty, very confronting there.
And we were all just really undone by the experience. And
a lot of it's around the water quality, if not all of it's around the water quality and the nutrition.
Started to realise that we were well off and that we were well in the midst of poverty. And
the most heaviest places I've been to in my life. Really experienced something there with the kids, the sick kids and the orphans and the water filters, and I had a cry.
All of us had the same idea at the same time.
You know, so we ended up just giving our lunch to the kids, and that was something simple, but it was really profound for all of us.
They were very hungry, they were very malnourished, and so we wanted to invite them all up. So
yeah, it really felt good to be able to share what we had, the little that we had, and it was with the kids that probably don't get to eat much else other than rice.
The barangay captain is a very, very humble man. A lot of the barangay captains, the local councillors that run the communities, have access to more money than the average person because of their position. But this guy was so humble. He just wanted to, give everything that he had to the community, and his house was maybe the worst house in the whole street.
They've been having this fresh water project for 3 months, I think it was, and the kids haven't been sick for 3 months. And to see healthy kids is we take for granted in Australia, but to come over here and see all these lovely little kids that just run amok in the truck and they laugh, they love you and they just hug you every time they see you. To see them, to actually think that they could be drinking water, which is an everyday necessity that will kill them because it's polluted, rips your heart out.
By the time we left, the kids were running down the street. They love it when you drive off and you wave to them, and then they run like fury to try and catch up with you.
And I think if someone came here to experience that and had a law, you would definitely want to help.
It is improving their quality of life in their health, and I think that seeing outside help coming into their village is encouraging them as well.
You see these kids are healthy from drinking the fresh water, and it's kind of like you just want to drop everything that you've got back home and put, not buy the next PlayStation or anything like that, or a laptop, and just put everything you've got into the work over here because
they need it, we take it for granted.
Everyone needs
turn on a
clean
tap.
water.
We can go down at a park and drink out of it.
In Australia, where we can go to the tap, grab a glass of water, we can cook with clean water. And so it's worthwhile that we have the opportunity to provide clean water for someone else.
I guess seeing the difference that you make, or the change that you can make to people by just doing simple things, just by giving them clean water, or even just playing with them, it just makes them so happy and just seems to bring such life and hope.
Local people, local Filipinos have taken the idea and made it their own and done probably more than any aid organisation could ever have done with the water project, because they're doing it all themselves.
Providing clean water for someone else and educating the kids about ways that they can protect their water systems. I love that idea.
There's no doubt that I'm going to work a lot harder when I get home to make more money to send over here, and I hopefully will be able to teach myself to go without back at home to support this project over here.
Something that I would probably talk about forever and ever and ever.
The people have just really made an impression in my heart anyway.
I would definitely come back. No issue in my mind, and I've already got a few people in mind that I'd love to bring back as well.
I feel like I've made some lifelong friendships here.
Definitely be coming back for a long time. Hopefully I can help out with the water filtering more, and I want to help out with the school up at Byland, so I'll probably stay for a long time if I come back.
And I think that the people that work here, they give of their lives, they earn almost no money, so they're giving their time and their effort, so I'm in a way better position than them, so yeah.
It's really a great help for the community. And if you want to visit in these villages, you will really see the needs of the people of every villages of where we go.
I think everyone should come here at least for a week and experience it and live in their shoes and understand what it's like with the water, food, their lifestyle.
You know how much we've got is so much more than many people in the world, and just something simple like clean water is what some people don't have, and it's a necessity, and anyone should support that.
Yeah, it's definitely worth supporting. See smiles on people's faces. It's a good feeling.
The water filtering, it's almost like it's bringing a sense of hope to the people and just their health. But some of the stories that we heard about their health and the improvements that have come to their health because of the filtering, that's been incredible. And in such little time, one of the ladies was saying in the last 3 months there's been a significant improvement in the children's health.
When the water project arrived here, there's really a lot of changes about their health, really. So that's why I really ask again your golden heart, to just please continue to help the work here in the Philippines.
The Philippines now it's just an amazing place. The people are so friendly. They live very simple, but compared to us, but they have such joy in their hearts. They're very welcoming. They love, people coming to visit them, and they will do anything. In the poorest of poor communities where we were, the local people brought their rice, and they have hardly anything, but they boiled up all of their rice for us to feed our team. So these people are very, very giving. They given the opportunity, I think they could do amazing things for the world. And anything that we can do to help them will go a long way into making this world a better place to live.
Please, I would totally endorse this project as being worthy of supporting, because this project will save lives.
I'm going to go back to Australia and try and gather some support from my own community back in Australia to investing into these water filters, or a water filter.
There are even days when I visited the villages, I wept, and tears coming down my eyes, and the people say, "Sir, thank you so much." I said, "No, just thank God, and thanks for the people that helped us. The Australian people that helped donated the machine." Yeah, thank you so much.
I think if anyone's been impacted, by the story over here, and that they really desire, to do something about it, even with the little that they have, then that's all we need, and that's all we desire, and that's all the people, in this area need as well. Is just a little amount of support. A little amount of support can go a long way.
Just what am I going to do about it? I'm going to get in and support it. So yeah, just if anyone else thinks what are they going to do about it, you ask yourself the question. So.